Make sure you tap that bell so you never miss a video. When it comes to Battle Royale games in the West, we have the trifecta. You have your PUBG, your H1Z1, and your Fortnite. And I feel like right now, we are witnessing the second wave of like the real Battle Royale games. We have Blackout coming out, we have Battlefield's Firestorm, we have games like Ring of Elysium, which is what we're going to talk about today. If you guys don't know what Ring of Elysium is, I covered it earlier this year on the channel. Back then, we could only play it on Thailand servers. You had to download this Garena launcher and kind of change your language and do a whole bunch of stuff in the back end to actually get connected so that we could see what this game was about. It is basically PUBG with a lot of quality of life improvements that make the game, in my opinion, actually better. Now, that build back then is different to the build we have now. The map back then wasn't a snow map, as you guys are seeing here. There were some things that were different with the way that you extract. Basically, back then, it was like PUBG. You kill, the circle closes, and that's it. You're the last one standing. In this game, there's a helicopter extraction similar to Fear the Wolves, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. If you guys want to know the details behind Ring of Elysium, it is being developed and published in the West by Tencent Games. It was released on the 19th of September 2018, and the game as of right now is a free-to-play game in early access. The reviews right now are mostly positive, and I actually kind of feel the same way. I really enjoy playing Ring of Elysium. When I played it back in the day, I felt that this game was going to be the one to come in, and if we got that build in that game, it could do some real damage to PUBG, because you guys are watching this, and yes, it does look a lot like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The quality of life improvements that I mentioned earlier, things like when I pick up a gun and then I go and I grab a sight on the ground, it automatically adds that sight to my weapon, so I don't have to go back into the menu and then choose to drag it over. If I have two guns, one with a sight, one with not, it will automatically add it to the second weapon. Stuff like that, where I don't have to always be in menus dragging stuff over. It actually just feels really nice to play. Also, you're allowed to have two sights on your weapon. So if I find a red dot and let's say a 4x sight, I can throw the red dot on an M4 and then throw the 4x sight on the M4, so I can actually switch between the two sights. That is something that PUBG doesn't have, that I think is an absolute game changer in terms of gunplay and in terms of positioning on your map. You can sit there and you can go close range, or you can go the long range. And in PUBG, a lot of the time, at least when I play, I always get caught in, I need to scope in because this person is just a little bit too far away, and I have a 4x sight and it zooms in too far, and it's a pain in the ass. So the fact that you can switch between the two, it just feels really good. Healing in the game doesn't take a long time like playing games like H1Z1 or PUBG. If I hit a bandage and it heals me for, let's say, 10 health, I actually don't know what the actual number is, then the 10 health applies as soon as I'm done applying the bandage. It's like a 3-second cast, boom, done, I'm healing. If you do a med kit, it's like a 50 health heal, boom, done. You don't have to wait for it to gradually increase over time, which allows the pacing of the combat to just be a lot better. It actually forces you, if you have somebody behind a corner and you're looking and you realize that you shot him a couple times and he's sitting there, chances are he's going to be healing, and you need to now push around to try and get him. It changes the pacing of the game, and that's what I like. It doesn't promote camping. It's like, let's just get in, heal up, and go. Now with this snow level, you have 3 different, I guess you could say, loadouts to choose from. You have one that doesn't really give you a lot of capacity, like holding space for ammo and stuff, but you do get a glider that you can like basically fly around off of like tall objects and kind of glide down and just kind of, it's basically your mobility class. You have one in the middle which gives you a snowboard. This is the one that I usually roll. The capacity is kind of like mid-range compared to the other classes, and that's pretty much it. So if you're on top of a mountain, you need to get somewhere fast and there's no vehicles around, you can snowboard. You can also pull some pretty sweet tricks, which I actually respect that they added that in. And then you have, like, I guess you could say the heavy class. It gives you a shotgun to start out with, but you have a whole bunch of capacity. And then you also have a climber's kit. So if you wanted to climb up certain areas in the map that allow you to do so, you can like pick your way up and climb up the side of mountains or whatever the case. I don't really roll with that one. I'm For me, I'm a fan of a little bit of mobility as well as the capacity increase, so I kind of just sit in that mid-range. And I respect that that's something that they added in. It kind of, it's a little bit of a diversity between your characters, and I actually like that. The extraction of the map is something that I really enjoyed back in, I guess it was around April and May on the old build. Basically, it was the last man standing. In this, however, you have a helicopter that allows 4 players to extract and win the game together. And this has been a hot topic for me. I really hated this in Fear the Wolves. I thought the helicopter just promoted running around in the smoke and waiting for somebody to climb up and then shooting. It just, to me, it just felt super unnecessary. And in this, it also feels super unnecessary. I was playing yesterday with my boy Scythex, and he was willing to let the person climb up the ladder to extract. And then it was a 2-on-2. We were playing duos, and he let the person climb up the ladder. And of course, you guys know me. That shit ain't flying. I shot him off the ladder because I'm an asshole, and it just turned into a chaotic battle there. I just think it's unnecessary. I would rather just kill the people, and maybe that's just my playstyle. I'm sure there are some people that like the split victory type of gameplay. I'm not a fan of that. I'm going for it all, or I'm going for nothing. That's just how I play. And on top of all of this, the game optimization is not where it was back in April and May when we were playing on the Thailand servers. The game does run significantly worse. At the beginning of matches, you definitely feel the frame drops, and then as the match goes on, it kind of levels out and you're playing at a decent frame rate. One thing I will say though, and myself as well as Abel Green also pointed this out when we were playing yesterday, even though the game says, let's say I'm running at like 45 FPS, it actually doesn't feel like 45 FPS, if that makes sense to you guys. It feels like I'm playing at somewhere around 60 frames, but the game is saying that it's not running that smooth. I feel like there's might be some inconsistencies with the reporting of the frame. I don't know if that's a thing, but it just, sometimes it feels a lot better than what my FPS counter on Steam is actually saying. So I don't know what the hell is going on there, but I will say at some points you definitely do feel the game chug. And for me, it's a free-to-play title. It's actually fun to play. The optimization and performance issues are something that I can definitely look past because it's not game-breaking. It doesn't have the micro stutters like games like EFT. Just sometimes the game just feels like it's chugging a little bit, and it definitely is. Now, even though the game is free to play, they do offer a Founders Pack, and in this pack, it offers you one winter crate, which keeps you warm in the freezing cold. It says you get a Winter Sunshine Trapper hat and a Winter Sunshine knitted glove, so it's a couple of different skins, and it's basically a way just to support the development moving forward. It costs $3.39 Canadian, so it's not anything that'll break the bank, and it's completely optional. All that is like, I really like this game, I'm going to support the development. Now, me personally, I have about 8 hours in the game right now. I see myself getting a lot more time out of this moving forward. With games like Blackout on the horizon, I'm waiting for Blackout. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really enjoyed that Battle Royale. Ring of Elysium is going to be like that secondary. If nobody wants to play Blackout because it costs $80, then I'll jump on this for maybe a sub Sunday or something like that and just kind of get everybody in the game free to play, and you don't have to worry about nobody owning the game. If I were to compare this to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which I have hundreds of hours in at this point, I'm a PUBG partner, which is going to make this pretty conflicting. I actually think Ring of Elysium is a better title than PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. PUBG's shooting mechanics are the biggest differential with this game. PUBG has a little bit more of a hardcore milsim type of shooting. There's a lot more bullet drop. This game does feature bullet drop and stuff like that, but it definitely feels like a little bit more of an arcadey PUBG. And to be honest with you guys, that's exactly what I enjoy about this game. I'm running around, I'm in third person, I'm over the shoulder. It feels like I'm playing a game like SOCOM, which is obviously my shit. If you guys know me, SOCOM is my favorite game of all time. And I do definitely get some feelings of SOCOM in shooting in this game. And I personally like it better. I wish that we could have the map and the performance of the game that we played back in May, but they decided to go with the snow route. It's up to them totally. I wish that this would be like a seasonal thing that you could like queue up for in like the winter months. That would be dope. And then just give us the option to play on that older map. I think that would be the best way to solve it. Personally, I like the game. I just think that it has a little ways to go to get on the same level of quality that these other BRs are now promoting. Games like Blackout and potentially games like Firestorm. Let me know what you guys think down below. My name is Big Fry. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. We are shooting for 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm busting my ass trying to get it, and I think we can do it if we just keep covering games like that, and I keep promoting myself like this. So I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the game. I know some people don't like it, but I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you on the next one.